Is that all you got?
Gee Willikers! Hello everybody out there on YouTube, this is Shadicstick, and I'm going to be talking in my condescending YouTuber voice. Today we're going to be talking about the Nintendo oh god, I can't do this. What's good everybody out there on YouTube? This is your man Shadicstick dropping some hot faraga on this mic. Today we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch Mini, and more specifically just how cool it is. I think it's great that Nintendo made the push to making more Nintendo Switch systems, most notably a Lite or a Mini, which the Nintendo Switch Mini was a real thing and wound up being true, and I'm pretty glad about that because there's more options to buy Nintendo Switches. On top of that, it is $100 cheaper than the base Switch, being, $200 USD instead of $300 USD. It has a true D-pad, which if, it was going to have connected controllers, there was no way, I was going to let them get away with a button D-pad. Like, the button D-pad, it works for the regular Switch because it's two controllers attached to one handheld console. That's why it gets away with it. But we weren't gonna let you get away with, just the button D-pad again, Nintendo, if you catch my drift. But everybody is talking about this thing now, and there's a good reason why. Because this thing is about to make Nintendo a bunch of money. Like, when I say a lot of money, it's gonna be a lot. So let's jump right into it. Let's look at the specs for the Switch Mini. It's essentially the same as the base Nintendo Switch. You have a Tegra X1 in there, at least we expect a Tegra X1 in there. It's dedicated handheld play, it's lighter and sleeker than the original Switch, being a few inches smaller in terms of width, and then in terms of height being around half an inch shorter. On top of that, the controllers are built in again, and any game that you can play in handheld mode, which I think every game has at least handheld mode functionality, if not tabletop. Anything that works in tabletop and handheld mode will basically work. Now, while it says tabletop mode is not supported, the reason they actually say this is because there's no kickstand on the Switch Lite, so they cannot merely say, oh, the Switch Lite has tabletop mode, because it doesn't function. It functions, yes. The games will obviously read, oh, you're playing in a handheld mode, because the Switch doesn't read it or not if you have a kickstand or not. But they bring up 1-2 Switch in the trailer, which works in tabletop mode but not handheld mode, because it requires a kickstand. So if you get a third-party kickstand, it'll be okay. On top of this, the Joy-Con controllers will connect to it, and other controllers, but they will not. I guess the easiest way to say this, the Joy-Cons will connect to it, but they're not included on it. The console doesn't have HD Rumble, and it loses its IR motion tracker, it kind of sucks, especially on the HD Rumble side, because HD Rumble, you don't understand how much you appreciate it until you lose it, or until you play another console. You realize how well the Rumble is executed on the Nintendo Switch, and you're like, wow, it's kind of like, ooh, this immerses me a little bit more in the game. It's not something you really think about, but it's still pretty cool. On top of that, it has the basic, local wireless and online stuff that the Switch already has. It comes in 3 colors, or at least right now it does. It comes in yellow, gray, and turquoise, and there's going to be a special edition Pokemon Sword and Shield one coming out later this year in the Zacian and Zamazenta, design. It's kind of like the Smash Bros. Ultimate Switch dock when you look at it, which I think is pretty cool. So why is this so important? Why is the Switch Lite so important? It's because this kills the 3DS. This is the 3DS killer. Now you may say, why is this the Nintendo 3DS killer? Well, the Nintendo 3DS basically acted as the handheld that, younger audiences use, because, hey, look, it's smaller, first of all, so they can hold it more easily. It's cheaper, which, again, this is cheaper than the original Nintendo Switch by $100. And then on top of that, it allows basically parents to keep from, them using the main Switch or the main console. Yes, you could say, oh, a kid could use a regular Switch, but when you have such an expensive console with so many moving parts, you don't want kids getting a hold of it. So guess what you do? You give them something cheaper that you're gonna be less upset about them breaking and having to spend, another few $100s on. I'd rather spend $200 than $300. Just saying. It also allows for people who want just a portable system to have an even more portable AAA experience on the go. During the during the trailer for the Switch Lite, it was actually shown off that you could actually put it in like a business jacket pocket, which we can't do with the current Nintendo Switch. Yes, the current Nintendo Switch is portable. If you have big pockets, you can put it in your pocket, you can throw it in a bag, but outside of that, you really can't. The average person probably isn't fitting it in their pocket, especially, you know, considering that the thing is so bulky. It's thicker than a smartphone, and it's taller and wider than a smartphone. So making it fit in your pocket on average is just going to be too much work. Yes, you can take off the Joy-Cons and make it more portable, but you know, the Switch Lite actually really opens up the possibilities for, or not opens up the possibilities, but really opens up the door for people who just want it portable. A lot of people play their Switch only in portable mode, and for them to have this option to get a more portable Switch and leave their other Switch on the dock at home is actually really great, especially considering now that we have cloud saves. Now for games like Splatoon 2, this is gonna suck, because what if someone's buying a Switch Lite just so they can have a more portable Switch on the go? That Nintendo needs to figure out a way to allow people to have backups of games, you know, locally, or just allow people to upload their Splatoon 2 save file or the games in that, you know, in that realm that don't have their save files uploadable to the cloud, and allow them to upload those games to the cloud, because I don't want to get the Switch Lite and not be able to play Splatoon 2 on it when I'm on the go. What if I buy the game digitally so I can have all my games digitally in that library, so when I'm on the go I'll be fine, but when I'm at home I can just switch out the games via the cartridge? You may never know. What if I just want to switch the cartridge between both of them? Because the save data isn't stored on the cartridge, it's stored on the Nintendo Switch itself. There's some problems that this faces. On top of that, it's kind of awkward this being called the Switch Lite, considering it doesn't switch up. I know that people are gonna say, oh yeah, it's for the namesake. Yes, I know they're doing it just to keep all the consoles in the same family, because it is a Nintendo Switch, but it does not switch. It's just kind of awkward. I just wanted to point that out. I didn't think that this console was gonna be non-switching, but again, that doesn't matter to you if you play it portable. It's not a factor, and if they take out that functionality, make it $100 cheaper, give it slightly better battery life, then you'll be happy. I mean, looking at it here, they say you get anywhere from 3 to 7 instead of 2.5 to 6.5 hours of playtime, and they use the metric of 3 hours in Breath of the Wild. You get 4 hours in Breath of the Wild and 3 to 7 hours of playtime, which may not sound like a lot, but that's a 33.33% increase in terms of battery life if you're getting 4 hours versus 3 in Breath of the Wild. The screen is also smaller, which will help with the image, and it'll help with sharpness, because you know the Switch has games that run in resolutions far below 720p. That's just how it goes. It's a portable console, and because the screen is smaller, it's easier to hide, but still you'll get that blurriness, or you know, the jaggies from time to time. So it having a smaller screen actually helps out with that a lot and makes the image look a lot cleaner, while keeping it at a size that's relative to modern day smartphones, if not a little bit larger. I'm really excited for the Nintendo Switch Lite, because I think this is what's really going to put the Switch over, you know, that 60 million units during the holiday season, because so many people are going to be able to buy it. Pokemon Sword and Shield are coming out, and no matter how you feel, because I feel like the game's not going to be good, the game's going to sell. It's Pokemon. Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee are some of the best selling games on the Switch, and that was a really lazy remake of Pokemon Yellow. People will buy Pokemon if it has the name Pokemon on it. But how do you guys feel about this? Tell me down in that comment section below. Do you think the Switch Lite was a mistake? Do you think we will get another Switch along the lines of a Switch Pro? Because I'm gonna make a video that follows up this video talking about a Nintendo Switch Pro. I'll also have a video that's a channel update coming out soon. I think if you're subscribed to me, you really should watch that video. It's really important. Your boy is gonna be talking about some stuff and revealing some things. So, you know, just tell me how you feel about this in the comment section down below. Do you agree with me? Do you think this is going to be great for the Nintendo Switch? Do you disagree? Do you think it's stupid that they have a non-switching Switch that can't, you know, that doesn't come with a kickstand? And while you can connect controllers, the fact that you don't have a kickstand makes it harder to play with your friends on that one screen, because that was the big selling point of the Switch, that you can easily play together with others in tabletop mode when you're on the go by turning both Joy-Con controllers into separate, you know, individual controllers. That was the biggest selling point, and that's one of the biggest selling points to me, because I've been able to experience video games, most notably Super Smash Brothers, with a lot of different people because of that, and it really is cool that I can do that. But I don't know, tell me how you feel about that in the comment section down below. Guys, remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Follow your boy on Twitter to stay up to date with everything. Join the Discord. I'd highly, highly, highly appreciate it. And remember, hot Faraga turns to cold Blizzaga. Make sure you chill out some of my other videos. Peace. Kiss, kiss.